Review of the circulatory system, lymphatic immune system, integumentary, endocrine, and reproductive systems. So the circulatory system is also referred to as the cardiovascular or vascular system. It controls the steady circulation of blood. It consists of the heart, the veins, the capillaries, and the heart, veins, and capillaries that distribute blood throughout the body. Okay, the heart, I do have a picture again. Oop, there we are. This one I can't prop. So, inside of the heart shows you what everything is. I need to switch hands. Okay. Oh, there we are. Okay, I really need to find something to sit that on. Okay, the heart is a muscular, cone-shaped organ that keeps the blood moving within the circulatory system. Maybe if I balanced on something. It's often referred to as the body's pump. Pulmonary circulation brings blood from the heart to the lungs to be purified. Systemic circulation carries oxygen-rich blood from the heart throughout the body and returns deoxygenated blood back to the heart. Okay, there's the blood flow right there. Trying to get it to where you can see all of it. Okay, blood vessels, okay, are tube-like structures that include arteries, arterioles, capillaries, venules, and veins. The function of these vessels is to transport blood to and from the heart and then to various tissues. Sorry, I dropped that down, didn't I? Okay. The various tissues. I'm going to check and see what the next page holds for us. Oh, not quite ready for that yet. Okay. So here's a general. Oh man, that one's really big. Okay, blood vessels. So arteries are thick-walled, muscular, flexible tubes that carry oxygenated blood away from the heart to the arterioles. The largest artery in the body is the aorta. Yes, right there. Okay. Arterioles are small arteries that deliver blood to the capillaries. Capillaries are tiny, thin-walled blood vessels that connect the smaller arteries to venules. Capillaries bring nutrients to the cells and carry away, I'm going to move back to this one. Okay, it kind of shows you there's a little key up there in the top. Oh my God, there it is. Okay. Capillaries are tiny, thin-walled blood vessels that connect the smaller arteries to venules. Capillaries bring nutrients to the cells and carry away waste materials. Capillaries. Venules are small vessels that connect capillaries to the veins. They collect blood from the capillaries and drain it into the veins. And then the veins, they're thin-walled blood vessels. They're less elastic than arteries. They contain cup-like valves to prevent backflow, and they carry impure blood from the capillaries back to the heart, located closer to the outer surface of the body than arteries are. Okay? Blood is a nutritive fluid circulating through the circulatory system, which is the heart and blood vessels, to supply oxygen and nutrients to cells and tissues, and to remove carbon dioxide and waste from them. Okay, chief functions of the blood carries water, oxygen, and food to all cells and tissues of the body. Okay, the blood also carries away carbon dioxide and waste products to be eliminated through the lungs, skin, kidneys, and large intestine. The blood helps to equalize the body's temperature, thus protecting the body from extreme heat and cold. The blood also works with the immune system to protect the body from harmful toxins and bacteria. Blood seals leaks found in injured blood vessels by forming clots, thus preventing further blood loss. Okay, now this one I can prop. Hey, here we are. Okay, now I'm going to grab a hold of this again. Arteries of the head, face, and neck. Again, I need to move things around just a little bit here. There we are. Arteries of the head, face, and neck. Again, you might want to screenshot. Okay, the common carotid arteries are the main arteries that supply blood to the head, face, and neck. The internal carotid artery supplies brain, eyes, eyelids, nose, internal ear, and forehead. The two branches of the internal carotid artery that are important for us to know are the supraorbital artery, which supplies blood to the upper eyelid and forehead, and the infraorbital artery, which supplies blood to the muscles of the eye. Okay, the external carotid artery supplies blood to the anterior, which is the front, part of the scalp, ear, face, neck, and sides of the head. There are 4 branches of the external carotid artery, which are the facial artery, the superficial temporal artery, the occipital artery, and the posterior auricular artery. Okay, the facial artery, also known as external maxillary artery, supplies blood to the lower region of the face, mouth, and nose. Some of the important facial artery branches include submental artery, which supplies blood to the chin and lower lip. The inferior labial artery supplies blood to the lower lip. The angular artery supplies blood to the side of the nose. And the superior labial artery supplies blood to the upper lip and region of the nose. The superficial temporal artery is a continuation of the external carotid artery, and it supplies blood to the muscles of the front, side, and top of the head. Some of the important superficial temporal artery branches include the frontal artery, which supplies blood to the forehead and upper eyelids. The parietal artery, which supplies blood to the side and crown of the head. Notice how these things kind of go hand in hand with the bones or the muscles, so it might be a little bit easier to remember some of them that way. The transverse facial artery supplies blood to the skin and the masseter muscle. The middle temporal artery supplies blood to the temples. Hello, middle temporal artery, blood to the temples. Anterior auricular artery supplies blood to the front part of the ear. Okay, A-U-R-I-C-U-L-A-R, auricular. Anything, when you see that A-U-R-I, you're going to know that it has something to do with the ear. Okay, the occipital artery supplies blood to the skin and muscles of the scalp and the back of the head up to the crown, okay, right where that occipital bone is. The posterior auricular artery supplies blood to the scalp and the area behind and above the ear and the skin behind the ear. Okay. Veins of the head, face, and neck. So the blood returning to the heart from the head, face, and neck flows on each side of the neck in 2 principal veins. The internal jugular vein is located at the side of the neck to collect blood from the brain and parts of the face and the neck, and the external jugular vein is located at the side of the neck and carries the blood returning to the heart from the head, face, and neck. Alrighty, let's see if I have a hand here. Oh, I do. Okay, but again, I can't. Let's see if I can do this way. There, we'll just lay it down. That works. Veins, let's see, we just did, okay, blood supply to the arm and hand. That's over here. There we go. The ulnar and radial arteries are the main blood supply of the arms and the hands. While the arteries are found deep in the tissues, the veins lie nearer to the surface of the arms and hands. Okay, the ulnar artery supplies blood to the little finger side of the arm and the palm of the hand, and the radial artery supplies blood to the thumb side of the arm and the back of the hand. The radial artery also supplies blood to the muscles of the skin, hands, fingers, wrist, elbow, and forearm. Okay, blood supply to the lower leg and foot. Major arteries that supply blood to the lower leg and foot are the Popliteal Artery and its branches and the dorsal pedis artery. Popliteal Artery supplies blood to the foot, divides into two separate arteries, which are the anterior and posterior tibial arteries. So the anterior tibial artery supplies blood to the lower leg muscles and to the muscles and skin on the top of the foot and adjacent sides of the first and second toes. So it kind of follows the same as your veins. This artery continues to the foot where it becomes the dorsalis pedis artery. Okay, so that was the anterior. The posterior tibial artery supplies blood to the ankle and the back of the lower leg. So the dorsalis pedis artery, this is the one that the anterior tibial artery turns into. It supplies blood to the whole foot. Okay. And circulatory system. We have done that. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Lymphatic immune system. Here we go. Okay, can you see this? I'm trying to get a good angle on it. It's pretty much all up here. The lymphatic or immune system is made up of lymph nodes, the thymus gland and the spleen, and the lymph vessels. It carries waste and impurities away from the cells and protects the body from disease. It helps immunities and destroys disease-causing microorganisms. Okay, I'm going to kind of move this so you can maybe see this part of it. There's a diagram of the immune system. Okay. And then the ducts in the head, so you can see where those are. You guys all know where to find your lymph nodes and things like that. But you're in your head where you're checking these things. So, okay. Lymph is a clear fluid that circulates in the lymph spaces of the body. It helps carry wastes and impurities away from the cells before it's routed back to the circulatory system. It is closely connected to the cardiovascular system. Both transport streams of fluids. Let's try not to get a glare. Okay. Lymph capillaries are blind end tubes that are the origin of the lymphatic vessels. Lymph nodes are here. Is that really dark? I hope it's not. Okay, lymph nodes are gland-like structures found inside lymphatic vessels. Lymph nodes carry nourishment from the blood to the cells. They act as a defense against toxins and bacteria. They remove waste from body cells, and they provide suitable fluid environment for cells. Okay, so that is, I'm going to prop it up here a little bit, the immune system, lymphatic and immune system, and lymphatic ducts. That's not the one I want. Integumentary system. Okay. This one we have, actually it's going to be coming up here real quick, but some of you have already done these chapters, so this will really be a review for you. Okay. So the integumentary system is made up of the skin and its various accessory organs, such as the oil and sweat glands, sensory receptors, hair, and nails. Okay, it serves as a protective covering and helps regulate the body's temperature. that is really, I mean, it shows you here the layers of the integumentary system, the layers of the skin. Okay, all the stratums that you need to know. A different view of the structures of the skin. Okay. Oh, let me back it out here a little ways. There we go. Alright. Over 200 nerve endings to record pain, 2 sensory apparatuses for cold, 12 for heat. There are 3 million cells in the structures of the skin. Generally 10 hairs per square inch, 15 sebaceous glands, 1 yard of blood vessels, 700 sweat glands, 3,000 sensory cells at the end of the nerve fibers, 4 yards of nerves, and 25 pressure points, basically, for the perception of tactile stimuli, which means you can feel things. Okay? That's what's in 1 square centimeter, sorry, not inch. 1 square centimeter. Okay, a centimeter is about it's about a ½ inch. Okay, it's a little bit smaller than a ½ inch, but that's it. It's that little size right there. Okay, imagine that little mark on your hand. Okay. I need to back up a little bit because now we are at the endocrine system. Let me go back up here while I find it. Circulatory, we did. Oh, I have things. Here we go. Endocrine system. Good. This is on the side that I can sit up, and it makes it so much easier. Okay. I know, I'm not very professional about this today. Endocrine system is a group of specialized glands. Okay, you can see them all there. That affect growth, development, sexual functions, and the health of the entire body. Okay. Glands are secretory organs, which means they secrete things. Okay, and they remove certain elements from the blood to convert them into new compounds. Okay, you have endocrine glands, which are also known as ductless glands. There are no ducts. They are the thyroid and pituitary glands. They release hormonal secretions directly into the bloodstream. Okay, exocrine glands are the duct glands. This is your sweat and oil glands of the skin. They produce a substance that travels through small tube-like ducts. Hormones are secretions such as insulin, adrenaline, and estrogen, which stimulate functional activity or other secretions in the body. Hormones influence the welfare of the entire body. They affect sleep, digestion, growth, sexual development, and many other important functions. You can see that endocrine glands are as important to us as our brain. Okay, this is an important thing. Okay, I'm going to kind of close up that one that shows the pineal, the thalamus, the hypothalamus, and pituitary glands. Okay, kind of shown right in there. Okay, all in that little spot in the head. Okay. I'm not sure where I was at. Pineal glands, I believe, is where I'm at. They play a major role in sexual development, sleep, and metabolism. Let me turn that down. Okay, let me put that back over there. I think this is the better picture. The pituitary gland affects almost every physiologic process of the body: growth, blood pressure, and contractions during childbirth, breast milk production, sexual organ functions in both women and men, thyroid gland function, and the conversion of food into energy, which is metabolism. Okay, the thyroid gland controls how quickly the body burns energy, makes proteins, and controls how sensitive the body should be to other hormones. Okay, there we go. That is your endocrine system. Last one. Nope, we still have two. Well, okay, back here we go. Back here we go till we find it. These are kind of starting to jump around on me now. So I'm... Okay, well, we don't need to know about reflexology, do we? This really is a good book to go by, though. Lymphatic, endocrine. And all that I'm showing that I have left is the reproductive system. But I don't remember doing the digestive system. So oh, sorry. I'm just kind of got things all over the place. So I will actually just go through this whole book here with you and maybe let you see if you can just screenshot a few things. Because, you know, I just missed a few pages. Okay. Yeah, this has just a single picture for each body system and its function, so we'll just go from that. If I can get it to work here. Sorry, guys. Alright, so we have the skeletal system and the muscular system. Okay, it's got the definitions here. If I can back it up just a little farther. Nope, it's not working for me. Okay, the nervous system and the circulatory system. Have I really gone over all these? Oops. The lymphatic and immune system, the endocrine system, okay, digestive system, excretory system, that's all part of that, okay, respiratory system, integumentary system. There are better pictures than these, I promise. Hair, skin, fingernails, toenails is all that's showing. Female reproductive system. Okay. Which I do have here. And the male reproductive system. Okay. The reproductive system includes the ovaries, the uterine tubes, the uterus and vagina in females, the testes, the prostate gland, the penis, and urethra in males. The purpose of the reproductive system is it produces offspring and passes the genetic code from one generation to the other and produces hormones, estrogen in females, testosterone in males. Okay. Again, I'm just going to flip these pages to give you some... I believe these pictures are the same exact pictures from your book with the cranial bones, the facial bones, okay, your skeletal system, got the clavicle, the sternum, basically it says the trunk. Remember, what is the trunk? That's all of it together. Boy, my pages are so messed up here, guys. All of it together. arms. There we go. Okay, whoa, I'm sorry. The trunk. Okay, vertebrae, scapula, hyoid. Remember, that's the only one that's in the actual throat. Okay, and then your cervical vertebrae that are in the back. The trunk, sorry, it took me a minute, guys, to come up with this, is the thorax. Remember, that's all of that put together. The ribs, the sternum, all of that stuff together is the thorax. Okay, bones of the arms. Clavicle, the head of the humerus, but really the humerus, the radius, and the ulna are the three that you need to know. The bones of the hand, the phalanges, the metacarpus, carpus, ulna, and radius. Bones of the legs. Okay, the femur is the big one up top. Patella is your kneecap, the tibia, and the fibula. Bones of the ankles and the feet. Whoops, I just went right on by. Boy, isn't that a pretty little foot. The tibia and the fibula, along with the talus, you know, that makes your ankle. Then you have all those tarsals, just like in the hand you had the carpals. Okay, metatarsals and phalanges. Those are the things that you need to know on that. Muscular system. Again, there's so many. And there's just really nothing that you can do except just really study them. Study these pictures. I know these pictures are in your books, so you're going to want to study all of these pictures and figure out where things are. Okay. And it can be done. I promise it can. Okay. Muscles of the face. I'm not listing these all off. I'm just, again, you might want to be doing some screenshotting of these things. That's why I'm kind of trying to hold them on there for a little bit for you. Okay, next one, muscles of the arms, neck, and chest. So there's the arms. Okay, and then the neck and the chest. Next page. Muscles of the lower legs. All those fun words. Muscles of the feet. Let me back up. Trying to get that foot in there. I don't know why it seems like it's longer than the other picture. Okay, this is a bottom view of all those muscles of the feet. Nervous system. Principal parts of the brain. Cranial nerves and functions. There we go. Let me get that so you can screenshot that if you need to. Okay. Again, nerves of the head, face, and neck. There are a lot of these. Like, that's why I said all these videos are fairly short, but there's just so much information. Nerves of the arm and hand. Pretty much go by what the muscles and the bones were, right? Okay. Nerves of the legs. Front view. Over here. Back view. Can get them both in there. Oh, yeah, sure I can. Alright. I really hope I'm holding these still enough for you guys to see. Okay. General circulatory system. Inside of the heart. And the blood flow through the heart. Still with the circulatory system, the veins of the head, face, and neck. Alright, so the arteries here in the red. Okay, the veins in the blue. I feel like I'm missing a page there. Arteries of the arm and hand. So again, radial and ulnar goes right with the bones. Arteries of the leg. I keep just going right on by, don't I? So they kind of, you know, you have the tibials. Just remember that popliteal up there at the top. Okay, and then it all turns into that left dorsal pedis. Okay. Circulatory system. This is a lot of stuff to remember, guys, so I understand this, and it's just going to be a lot of studying for everyone. Okay, and then the Venous System. This is more of an advanced view of it. Oops, sorry. Okay, this is your arteries on this side. These are your veins on this side. Okay. I know I got you these good. Lymphatic and immune system. Okay, there's a diagram there. The ducts of the head are there. And kind of all put together over here. Endocrine system, the glands and their locations in the body. Shows you right where all of those glands are. Okay, the ones that are in your head. And that, see that little kind of red spot there in the center? This is a bigger shot of that. Tells you where everything is. It's all kind of right there in your brain. Okay. Digestive system. Lots of little pieces there. A lot of this you no longer have to learn for the test, so but just kind of go by what your book is telling you. Okay. Organs of the urinary system and organs of the bowels. Don't really need to know that now. Okay. Respiratory system. Okay, your lungs and your diaphragm. Respiratory organs and structures, though. Your sinuses, nasal passages, roof of mouth. Again, go by what your book is saying. We really don't deal with a lot of this. This would be something maybe to know if you were going to do more with the, oh my goodness, essential oils things, so that you kind of know how things work together. Alrighty. Integumentary system. There's a structure of the skin. And then it shows your sudoriferous gland and your sebaceous glands. Okay, structures of the skin, alternate view. Okay, again, this is a layers of the skin, like a cross section. Alright, this you're going to want for, I believe it's chapter 7, so it'll be coming up, okay? You start at the top, outside layers, stratum corneum, stratum lucidum, stratum granulosum, stratum spinosum, stratum germinativum. Then you get into the dermis. Okay, you have the papillary and the reticular layer. Okay, underneath that is your adipose tissue. Just so you know, it's not shown on here, but that's where it's at. Okay, melanocytes that produce melanin in the epidermis. Shows light skin and dark skin. You can see there's just a whole lot more dots in the dark skin than there is in the light skin. Okay. And then sensory nerve endings in the skin. All of these. Cold, pain, touch, heat, and pressure. Okay, it shows you where the receptors are, and how all that works. Okay, oh, you don't need to know the lesions. Structure and growth. I think, okay, here's some more of the integumentary system. We will go through this more when we do the nails. But nails are part of that system. So, and I know these pictures are, if they're not in your book, they're in your workbook, because I've seen them many, 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 many times. And I really hope I'm not making people dizzy doing this. Okay, here, facial motor points. Okay, there are a pile of them. Notice where they're at, and maybe why we do the facial massages that we do. Okay, the motor points of the face. And then there's motor points of the neck. This is a back view. Okay. Ooh. I'm falling over. I'm just kind of holding this up right now, guys. Sorry. Yeah, I'm going to run out of thing. Okay, and then we're at face shapes and things like that. So you don't need any of that stuff. So that is the end of Chapter 6. We've covered all of the systems. Mrs. Nicer lied. Okay. Remember your organs and your systems and what everything does. Lots and lots of vocabulary to study on this chapter. So I will get this posted, get the test up there, and we'll get through Chapter 6 together. Thanks. Bye.